Hey, this is Ian Westerman. I'm the head pro at EssentialTennis.com, where it's my mission to bring passionate instruction to passionate players just like you. Welcome to episode number 31 of Ask Ian. And I've got a question today from Shane, who wrote to me via email and said, Ian, what's the best way to keep calm during crucial points during a match? Thanks. Well, Shane, that's kind of a million-dollar question a little bit. There's many players out there that spend countless hours working on their technique, working on their ability to execute, but then when they get into a match situation, all their abilities and skills just kind of seem to disappear, and they allow the pressures of that moment to kind of take control, and they're not able to really execute. So this is a huge thing, and this is something I'm actually working on a full course with a mental toughness expert. Really looking forward to putting that together, because I know that it's a massive topic and something that a lot of people need help with. For today, I've got two main suggestions for you, and I'll go into a little bit of detail with each. First of all, this is advice that I hear over and over and over again from high performance coaches, whether it be mental or even just general, how to do your best. I do a lot of reading and listen to a lot of podcasts having to do with general performance. And advice that I hear over and over again is just to practice and continue to improve at being present. Just being in whatever given moment that you're in. This takes a lot of discipline, and it takes a lot of experience being in pressure situations to be able to do this. And what being present means is just simply not allowing yourself to travel along the timeline of whatever you happen to be doing right now. And that may be looking ahead to the future and saying, what if I lose to this guy, right? We've all had that thought. Maybe this is a player that you don't consider to be as good as you. And so the thought, maybe you're down a break in the first set. And this can be a crippling thought. And it could literally could just be a thought that pops in your head. But if you take it too seriously and you start to focus on it and you say, oh no, what if I do lose to this guy? All of a sudden you start playing not to lose. You start playing tight and tentatively because you're trying to guard against that possible future outcome. And that causes, not just tennis players, but performers in all walks of life to really second guess themselves and not perform nearly up to the level that they possibly could. And just as bad as thinking about the future is thinking about the past and reminding yourself maybe about past times that you let yourself down, or you let your team down, or your partner down, or whatever. And maybe you're just kind of rolling in your mind, oh, this is kind of like what happened in, that match last month where I double faulted, and then all of a sudden, the set just went down the tubes, and I lost a really embarrassing match or whatever. If your mind is either sneaking ahead to the future or looking back to the past instead of being in the present and problem solving and being aware of what's happening right now, so that you can actually do what's necessary to win, that's when players, their ability to execute at the level that they're capable of just gets crushed. And all of a sudden, the game that they know that they can play is nowhere to be found. So key number one is be present. Key number two, this has been a big one for me personally over the years. The first one is as well, but this one I think especially is learn to embrace your nerves and your anxiety. Fact of the matter is, I don't care who you are, what your level is, how long you've been playing, everybody gets nervous. Everybody has anxiety. Everybody has fears over winning or losing. This is just a natural human response to putting yourself in that scenario or situation where it's you versus the other guy. And of course, you want to win. If you didn't want to win, then you wouldn't be watching my videos. You wouldn't be asking me questions. You would just be going out and having fun, and you wouldn't care, and you'd go have a beer afterwards, and everything would be fine. But the fact of the matter is you care whether you win or lose, and that's a good thing. And so there's naturally going to be a little bit of anxiety around what happens during the match and what the possible outcome may be. People who are not good competitors feel that anxiousness. They feel those nerves, and they think that it says something about themselves. And they think that because I'm feeling nervous, I'm not a good competitor, or I'm not worthy to win this match. And they allow it to kind of put themselves into a downward spiral. Fact of the matter is, that little bit of nerves, that tension, is a great thing. It shows that you care about the outcome, and it shows that you've put some effort into this process and you want to win. And quite honestly, what I feel most alive is when I feel those feelings. When I sit down to record videos, for example, I get a little bit anxious beforehand. Even though I've now done thousands of videos, there's that little bit of anxiety beforehand because I don't want to mess up. I want to do as good as I can because I have a lot invested in this. And it's the same thing for you on the tennis courts. Take those nerves and embrace them because it shows that you care about it and you have a lot invested in it. And those are all good things. And if you can start to embrace those feelings, then you can actually use that to sharpen your focus and sharpen your ability to perform instead of allowing it to suck yourself down into lower performance states. So hopefully that makes sense. Those are definitely by far the two biggest pieces of advice that I have for you, Shane. Thank you so much for writing in with your question. I really appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube today and you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and click like. Also be sure to subscribe to the Essential Tennis YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any future videos. And also be sure to leave any comments or questions that you have down below. Maybe I'll feature your question on a future episode of Ask Ian. Until then, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Take care, and good luck with your tennis.